Hey everyone, Zoomingninja here to answer your crazy questions. I got my matcha, I got my Jim Adler mug, and I have this moth that I found in my garage. We're ready. So let's see. There's been a lot of questions that I have to go in there and revise because they're very repetitive, and some of them are just a little too inappropriate. And we're trying to keep it YouTube friendly. But these are just kind of like common, just general questions, I guess you could say. I just want to say I'm very grateful and appreciative for everyone who watches my videos, who follow me on Instagram, who support female riders. It's not always like that every day, so it's nice. All right, so let's see here. I got 7 pages, I guess. I just printed these off Instagram. All right, so the first question is, how'd you get into riding? The first time I sat on a motorcycle was when I was 14. And I was backpacking my stepdad. He took me on the back with no gloves, no helmet, no instructions, just hang on. And it was funny because it was also a ninja. I just thought they were kind of cool. And I would see stunt stuff back in the day, but I didn't understand it really. I thought it was just like CGI stuff that you would normally do like in the Power Ranger films and stuff in the shows. Like that's what I thought. So what really got me into riding was actually my ex-partner. He rode for a very long time. He would take me on the back of the bike all the time, and I've had so much fun with that. My interest was peak being a backpack, then wanting that full control of myself eventually. What's your scariest highway experience? Scariest highway experience. I wouldn't say it's the scariest. It was a little bit nerve-wracking. I rode on the back of Jixabro's bike at one point. It is a Gixxer 1000, and we went. Granted, he is a professional. He's been riding for a while, but I managed to be a little bit nerve-wracking because I had no control over the bike. I had no control over where we were going. I guess that would be the scariest highway experience. Lace-up shoes or slip-ons or Velcro? I wear high-top Vans. I used to wear Velcros when I was in high school. I have shoes for different situations, obviously, or for different riding. I do have my dainese boots that I wear for when I go track riding or when I go long distance riding or when I go and do twisties or something like that. I wear Vans when I go to the lot with friends, when I'm doing my surfing. And at one point I did surfing with my heels on or heeled boots. Do you think you have different clothing personalities? Any favorites? I don't know what that means. I always wear crop tops, even on my worst day. Gray is the crop top choice color. I do have a bunch of silly shirts, like a bunch of collectible shirts. Like I have like a Latino Heat shirt, a shirt that says I make my mom sad with my choices or something like that. Like I like shirts like that. Thrasher shirts. Any food hyperfixations lately? If so, what got you in the kick? I love sushi. Sushi, and some delicious Wagyu beef. I've always loved sushi. I think it's delicious. Just mouth-watering right now, thinking about it. Okay, and then what's your quote of the day? Funny, serious, etc. To be cringe is to be free. Favorite conspiracy theory? Oh, brother. I have a ton, but one of the conspiracy theories that I get a little bit weirded out by is the glitches in the Matrix. I don't know if that's a conspiracy theory entirely, but it is something I fucking think exists. I think teleportation is fucking real. Some things fall out of the sky that nobody can explain, or show up, or in pictures, or in cameras. That's a whole thing. That's a whole conversation. What is my dream bike? So I really like the 636. I really like the 40th anniversary one, the most recent one. I did ride that for a video. I haven't really figured out which one I truly like because they're all so beautiful. They're all so, they're similar in their own way, but there's just a difference with them all. Like, I don't know. Every single one I've ridden felt different. And take that with a grain of salt, however you will. I've ridden different types of bikes, leader bikes, dirt bikes, whatever. I don't know, but 636 takes the cake. It's just the most forgiving bike. It's so fun. It's exactly all the power you need and want in a small CC bike with a beautiful body, very beautifully built. Kawasaki is on top of it. Do you listen to music while riding? What playlist is your go-to? Yes, I do listen to music when I'm riding. I like to jam to all the good shit. I do have a playlist in the description that you can go check out. What is your dream as a content creator? Do you strive to be an influencer? No, I don't consider myself an influencer. I'm just a girl that happens to be 5'2", can hold the bike up, can ride the bike, just have fun with it, have fun with my boys, have fun with all my girlfriends. I I just like to ride. It's really a freeing feeling, and you start to understand like more of your surroundings. You start to really emphasize the use of your hand-eye coordination. Not everyone. I do like to inspire people. I do enjoy being a content creator because it's fun. It's funny. When is a supermoto getting added to the bike collection? Sheesh. Supermotos are so fun. I really want a supermoto so that I can do freaking sumo Sundays with Paul so hard. That looks so fun. I freaking totally feel like I can do it. Who inspired you to start surfing? My friend Caesar. He did it one time during a ride, and I said, "Wow, I need to learn how to do that. That looks so fun." He let me try it on his R7, and I learned in 20 minutes how to surf. And it was the perfecting part that made it a little bit scary. My favorite. What is your favorite bike? Favorite bike. As I mentioned earlier, the 636. But if we were to talk about like a certain person I know's bike, ZX10R Jared. His bike is nice. It is a full carbon fiber ZX10R. I believe it's a 2018, if I recall. There is a video of me riding that bike, taking it out for a little spin. And it sounds amazing. He's taking good care of it. Jared, you're my homeboy. You're a real one. You take good care of that bike. That is actually my favorite bike thus far. Do you get nervous when attempting a stunt on an open road? Yeah. Yeah. I think everyone should feel a little nervous. There are times where I'll be on rides and I'll attempt to surf and then I just kind of back out a little bit just because I just want to be careful. Favorite stunt trick to see? So I love seeing the stunners do high chairs, podiums, but my favorite, all-time favorite for sure, is spreader. I think that's just the prettiest looking trick ever. How is it being a girl in the bike world, and what advice would you give other girls? My advice is don't care what people think. People are going to put you down everywhere you go. Everywhere you go. My parents did not want me riding a bike. They were very anti motorcycles, especially my dad. My dad didn't know that I had a bike for a year. I didn't want to keep it from him, but then my mother ended up telling him that I had that I had a bike, and he was not happy about it. I get I get it all the time. Like, oh my god, girls should not be riding. Girls don't deserve bikes. Girls should don't know how to ride. You're gonna get that shit. And what do? I just laugh it off and just kind of get sarcastic with those hate comments sometimes. It just depends on the mood. Sometimes I really don't respond. Don't listen to people. It's easy. It's easier said than done. But if you do your best to just realize I can do this, then just do it. Who cares? How did you end up with Careless? I would see the Careless stickers everywhere, and I was just like, that is like a really pretty font. That's a pretty cool like looking brand. And I would see the shirts. I thought it was such an interesting like concept of it, right? I met Evan, who is the owner of Careless. They've listed a posting on Instagram looking for somebody to like do storefront stuff. I sent them my CV and I sent them some designs that I've done, all this other stuff. So I emailed Evan, letting him know that I would love to like be a part of the Careless team and see what we can do. And then that's when he reached out to me. We met up at Starbucks, joined the team. What's the next bike you'd like to get? 636. What are some of your goals, riding, non-riding goals? I definitely want to travel to Hawaii and then Seattle, Washington, to visit some friends. It just kind of gets a little hard because I don't like being away from home too much, but I do like traveling. Don't get me wrong. That's a current goal. Another goal is to get some modifications done on the bike. You know, I already did the brake line with my friend Clutched Up Joey, and then so the next modification I want to do is get cages. But I'm still debating on who to go through, either Impact Tech or Racing 905 or Cox was the other one I was thinking about. FMS, I believe. So I'm still looking, doing some research. Have you ever had a crash or accident on your bike that made you rethink riding again? Yeah, I've laid the bike down maybe twice. And then when I had the Harley, somebody ran a stop sign and I ended up punching the back of their SUV and I ended up breaking my hand. But no, I still will ride. I will ride forever, for as long as I can. I will not stop riding. I love riding. It's such a, like I mentioned earlier, it is such a freeing feeling. How long have you been riding for? It'll be 3 years in June next month. 3 years. What made you buy a Ninja? It was 2022, and they had this one sitting there, brand new, no fuel, nothing, no liquid. I looked at it and was just like, I really love this bike. I told my ex, all right, we're gonna go on our trip, and if this bike is still here in 7 days, I will buy it. Bike is still there, and here we are. What are some of the people that really inspire you to be your best and learn new tricks? Clutched Up Joey and Careless as a brand does inspire me. I can't remember all of them, and I'm sorry. I really was trying to remember all of them, but thanks. I will have to say Mary Bernal, she's in Spain. Lexi Guac, she's in California. Laura Xmoto is in Hawaii. Oh, and Gia. I gotta say, Gia is the GOAT. She is the real one. She inspires me too. She's a sweetheart. She teaches you to be okay with not being afraid. Thought about getting cages on your bike? Yes. Do you plan to get another bike for wheelies and learning? No. No, maybe not. Until maybe I get my own little Grom. Advice to feel more confident in your own skin. I feel like you radiate confidence. Thank you. I don't know. That's a hard question because I haven't really thought about that. I did a lot of the work. And a lot of books I read were about mental health, loving yourself, your flaws, and embracing them. You've got to embrace the bad before you can really see the good, right? Kind of like when you go through a breakup, you have to embrace the lesson to do better or to love yourself better. I never speak negatively of myself. Doing work on your mental health, you've got to do that too. No matter what background you came from, everyone's going through something. Do you record all your rides? No. I've seen some crazy shit on the road that I never caught on camera because I just don't feel the need to record everything. Who is your fave motor vlogger? Paul So Hard. He is a Dallas guy. He is so funny. His content is always appealing to me because it's real. He's a genuinely kind dude. I'm always cackling at his videos. I recommend checking him out. I don't normally subscribe to anybody. I'm not even subscribed to like people that I know. Are you single? Yes. I've done too much work on myself to get hurt again, especially for somebody or whoever that isn't gonna work on themselves. So I'm staying as single as long as I can. Fave band or song? I have a few artists tattooed on me. Deftones, Wu-Tang Clan, 3-6 Mafia, and then I have Alice in Chains. All right, and I think the last question I have here is, so what was your favorite childhood show, cartoon, and why? There were too many. Way too many. But one of the ones that I really enjoyed was Batman, the animated series. That's the first one I can think of. Such an amazing story. I love Mark Hamill as well, and he voices Joker so well. I think that is where a lot of the love for the show came from. The show was good. It was dark. I loved Cartoon Network. I loved Adult Swim. So I appreciate you guys watching the video and asking these questions on Instagram. You guys have been great. I appreciate the support. I gotta shout you guys all out for that. And if I forgot some of you, I do apologize. I appreciate your patience with me on the Q&A video. I just didn't know when to do it or how to do it. I just printed everything out and I set my GoPro on top of an upside down glass. And I got Shigo here, and Shigo's pretty dirty. So I'm gonna get her cleaned up, and then in about, I don't have my watch on, a few hours, we're gonna go riding. So thank you so much. I'll see you guys in the next vlog.